Welcome to Biology Laboratory. Scientists like to say that labs are where the action is. To make the most of your lab experience, it's important to be aware of standard lab protocol. This film outlines the basics of lab safety. The most important thing to keep in mind is to not put yourself or anyone else at risk. The best way to do this is to come prepared. Read instructions for an experiment or activity lots of times before you begin, and dress appropriately for lab. If you have long hair, tie it back, and avoid wearing loose clothing or dangling jewelry to class. You should restrain them if you do. Lab coats may be recommended, and really think about your footwear. Some choices are just not a good idea. Get to know your surroundings and the location and use of all safety equipment in your room. Key items to locate are eye wash station, first aid kit, chemical spill cleanup kit, broken glass container, power and gas shutoff switch, fire blanket, and fire extinguisher. Make note of how many exits there are to the room in case an evacuation is required, and take the time to find the nearest fire alarm pole. If you are asked to use a fire extinguisher, remembering the acronym PASS may help. PASS stands for pull the pin, aim at base of fire, squeeze trigger, and sweep side to side. Food and drinks, and yes, water, mints, and gum are included, are never allowed in any labs, whether they are scheduled classes or open labs. Don't put anything in your mouth. These lab rooms are just teeming with bacteria, preservatives, acids, and other chemicals, and your gum or candy provides a nice environment for growing colonies or a way for chemicals to become ingested. The upside is you have more gum and candy when you leave the class. Stash all of your stuff in a safe place and out of the aisles during lab. Put only what you need on your lab table. Unsafe behavior such as practical jokes, or what we scientifically refer to as horsing around, will not be tolerated. It's just too dangerous. Students with medical conditions, pregnant students, or anyone who has concerns about their health should check with their instructor and also the proper medical authority to make sure there are no risks. Be extra cautious when using hazardous chemicals. Please, please, please never pipette anything by mouth. Gloves should be worn in lab when touching anything hazardous, or whenever told to do so by your instructor. And safety goggles also must be worn when using hazardous chemicals, heating glassware, or working with certain types of preserved specimens, or again, whenever you're told to do so. If you have any questions, just ask. Your instructor will show you proper protocol for working with live organisms or performing dissections. Treat everything with respect. That includes specimens, organisms, equipment, each other. If you spill a chemical on your skin, have someone inform the instructor while you flush the area with cool water for at least 5 to 10 minutes. And if you spill chemicals in your eye, have someone inform the instructor while you immediately flush your eyes out at an eye wash station for at least 10 to 15 minutes. You should inform your instructor of any injuries that occur in the lab, even minor ones, or if anything seems strange or out of place. Finally, be sure to clean up after each lab and disinfect your bench. Put everything back where you found it. When you're all through, wash your hands and exit the lab courteously. Never take chemicals, specimens, or equipment from the lab unless specifically told to do so by your instructor. Although we've had a bit of fun making this film, safety really is no joke. Following these simple procedures will help keep you and everyone else safe so that you may have a great lab experience.